Disclaimer, Fair Use Act, Education Purpose Use Only. Disclaimer, all rights, image, and music purpose use only. Disclaimer, all rights, image, my bad, y'all. Look, disclaimer, fair use act, education purpose use only. All rights, image, and music clip belong to the respective owner, and we do not claim ownership. I want to explain something to y'all, right? Because the whole time, all I just want to show everybody, look what's on that footage. This MTV and a lot of people that's coming in. Right here. All on camera. Guess who them people is? And watch him. Look, that will be him in the lobby. Check this out. This the coldest game ever. Now this before Kenneka arrived. You know what I'm saying? This before Kenneka arrived. They all finna boom, boom, boom. So while you seeing everybody moving with luggage, it just get in position and put the cameras in play, cause it's finna go down. See that? Now check this out. Boom. Now look, when you look at this food court hall, right? Cause this we finna expose Miss Teresa. Do this look like a setup with Miss Teresa got something to do with harvesting? Cause she said out her own mouth. I showed videos of that. Yeah, you know, that's where Kenneka went to the organ harvesting people and to a particular group. He slipped up and said that on the video. Do I need to show that video? Yeah, but not right now. But for the people that seen it, you already know where it's finna lead to. So boom, guess who you see that's coming in? Alright, so remember when I asked everybody, I said, look, y'all remember when I'm linking Kenneka Jenkins' name back to some goddamn Migos. And I'm like, okay, what black people got to do with, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to a family tree, right? You know what I'm saying? A family tree. And I'm like, why is I'm tracing Kenneka history back to Mexican? You know what I'm saying? And this thing, you know, I get this. I get this on the Facebook. Miguel Gomez. Miguel Gomez is related to the Martin family, and that's where you finna get the whole goddamn Mexican tree when they come back to the family. So think about when it comes to the Mexican cartel. Guess who got El Chapo pop? The reason why El Chapo, goddamn it, is in jail right now, all because he was supplying drugs to the west side, to Miss Teresa's side of the family, and they turned informers and turned him in. You ain't got to believe me. You can just look this stuff up, but it's gonna take a little digging. It's gonna take a little digging. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna need no little hand scooper. You gonna need a real goddamn bulldozer. Get deep in that dirt, be like, damn, what the fuck? That's how El Chapo got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why he that's the reason why he locked up. That's the real reason why El Chapo locked up, right? That's the real reason why El Chapo locked up. You ain't got to believe me. Dig a little research, cause I found out, I was like, well, man, the stuff that I'm figuring out, like, this what they don't want nobody to recognize this. Look who you finna see come down food court hall. You see this? Everybody finna set up. Look, check this out. You got a group of men here. Look, all these niggas look like sound equipment guys, goddamn it, engineers. Then you got him. Scrolling. Now keep this in mind. Y'all finna see him later on running in the hall with that lady. Y'all remember when y'all seen him run in the hall with that lady? We were like, what? Why they running in the hall? Went straight to the front desk like they seen a fight or something. So look, so what I'm basically saying is, check this out, y'all. Look how they coming in. Look, for a prime example, he dressed up just like a staff member. Ain't he dressed up like staff member that you seen later on in the footage when it come to a little search or something? I know it ain't just me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people didn't see that footage. Well, I rephrased that. A lot of people did see that footage, but they overlooked, like, okay, these just guess. No big deal. Shit, a big deal. That's a big deal. Look how they coming in. Bam, watch this. Every face that you see, is that the last time you gonna see them? Shit. Will you be seeing these people like, okay, they coming to the room, you know, they there for a convention or some type of celebration or something. You'll see them going to the, yeah. I gotta play the lobby footage. Cause check this out. Look what everybody do. Look what the lobby footage finna show. Pow, bam. Look, watch this. You ain't missing nothing. You finna get some real exclusive tea on there. So everybody like, share, and subscribe right now. Watch that. Bam. Guess who that is in the lobby? In all black. Watch him. Guess who that is in the lobby? And check this out. When you look up Gina McGill, when she said, hey, they was talking about it on Twitter. If they were talking about it on Twitter, now you see why it was on his Twitter account. Look, y'all remember the Mona Lisa? Throw me, y'all remember the Mona Lisa, right? When it come to Jane Coleman, that wasn't Jane Coleman. That was that film dude that looked just like James Coleman that was with Jedediah. So what he did was when they caught them, he look, put it like this here. He got caught talking to John, not James Coleman. I mean not Joel Coleman, but John. The one that with Jedediah, the dude with the camera at all the protests, yeah, him. But the dude that you see in the lobby, that's who he was tweeting. But what threw everybody off, cause when they go back to the picture profile, they put Friends Cave on his picture profile. When you go back to Gina McGee, when she was like, yeah, look at the security guy, his name is GIFF, you know what I'm talking about? A weird fucking last name. I know. You see what I'm saying? So when that lady called, when Gina McGill called Zach and said, yeah, they were joking about the girl, what happened to the drunk girl, you know what I'm saying? That's the count. They was talking about, they go French K right there. Keep this in mind. You could link French K back to him. Cause they related. French Cave ain't no goddamn Mexican. How they want us to believe he was a Mexican? Cause you know they were like, yeah, one of the Mexicans said they went out of town and when the police was investigating. You see what I'm saying? But if you look at the move, look what the move look like. Check this out. Watch this. If I'm telling y'all the Mona Lisa, this who Bree finna be me no with in the bathroom. And this when what time this is? Watch this. Shit. They said this at 103, right? Guess when Kenneka finna come in. Knock 2 hours off that footage. Once you knock 2 hours off that footage, play this in your head when Gina McGill, who we thought they were Miss Teresa in the beginning, talking about, yeah, Zach, they was all there. Joel Coleman gonna be there too. But guess who you finna see on the footage? That John dude that was with the camera with Jedediah, all at the protest, all at the police precinct, the ones that he real famous. He be in Africa and stuff, and filming small families in these tribes and groups, cause you know they got small families. They ain't civilized, so they still living in the woods in the jungle. Look, check this out. The reason why I got all this pulled up, cause look what this look like. All right, Trey Gang, bam. That's why Friends K will be coming out. All right. Kenneka finna arrive there in a minute. But check this out. According to the footage, you see 1 o'clock. 2 hours off. That's 11:03. That means Kenneka finna show up in the next 10 to at least 7 to 10 minutes. Watch this, y'all. Look. That's why you see people coming in with luggage. Check this out. Look. Common sense would tell you, yeah, I'm just checking in and come on, I'm waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Watch how people just come in with luggage. Everybody know what it looked like when you supposed to be. Yeah, we had a long ride. Let's go on and we seen Crown Plaza. Let's stop here and let's see, can we check in? So let's just watch. Is this shit a movie script or these just regular people? Cause I'm telling y'all, these ain't no regular people, bro. Cause once you go back to this, look, watch this. I'm gonna play this video. It's all in the same goddamn time frame. Watch this, y'all. Look. Hold on, this at 12:10, so I need to boom. Now look how everybody coming in. Boom, look, you see that? Look how everybody coming in. Let me get this off the screen right quick. And let me get this. So now look at the lobby, y'all. Now look how everybody coming in and going. Boy, if this shit ain't scripted and you got everybody on the footage. These ain't even regular. Look, you see him. Look, check this him. Boy, look at him. Look at everybody coming in. Check this out. Look what they all do. Look. Man, so when Miss Teresa set this shit up, only thing Miss Teresa and them had to do is make sure she show up. Once you get the A-OK, once everything show up, you got the crew coming in. Cause who else gonna come in? Not no regular guests. If they been planning this for months. So now look how everybody walking by each. Whoa! This the crazy part about it. Cause if you look at it like, okay, Trey Gang, let me just look into this like real organ harvest and stuff. And you see these people come in. Now look how they come in. It's weird that you got a group of men's coming in. What a group of men's with? Why do you got group of men's coming in with pillow, blankets, and where they coming from? You on a business trip? Cause it's either one or two things. You here on a business trip. Cause a group of niggas don't go out like a group of females do. See, a group of females will plan trips and go out, let's have a girls crew or some stuff like that. Dudes don't do that. Keep that in mind. So what I'm basically saying to y'all, if you look at Miss Teresa, everything what she said, this finna debunk it all. If Miss Teresa ain't got nothing to do with this, and she ain't connected to Hollywood, and the reason why she connected to Hollywood, cause if you find out her family tree, be like, well, you know, not only that these people famous for the Kenneka Jenkins, then you are starting to realize if you start looking at a lot of gang, documentaries about the West Side, especially go back to the Kiwanis Greens. Look, when JJ and them, check this out. This don't finna sound so crazy. When you go back to the Kiwanis Green, everybody was raised up off good times, right? This what Mitch Teresa and them. Look, this what Mitch Teresa and them was raised up at. Till they knocked the buildings down and went to the West Side. And that's when everything got serious. I'm telling y'all, bro. Look what this look like. So look what this look like. You got people that been going to jail all day life with these same police officers, locking them up, wrapping them up. Somebody gonna turn informant, and somebody gonna be a big celebrity one day. And guess what? They're gonna whoa. I'm telling y'all, bro. Look what that footage show. Look. What time this is? I'ma tell you like this here. This a big no-no when it comes to the hotel, cause everything supposed to be cleaned. Everything supposed to be cleaned. Right? So check this out. So now look, let me go back to Miss Teresa. Right? Now check this out. First of all, you got to understand what you about to see on the food court hall. See that? Look. You finna bust Miss Teresa ass up every time. Look, check this out. Them ain't regular people that's just checking in. This whole hotel was booked for the people that's finna be involved with the murder. And we ain't talking about no 1, 2. If you got Miss Teresa, some of her family members there, then you know you got the whole 9th floor booked. That's where the family gonna be at, cause they in room 924, room 926, room 930, they in room 928. Guess what was going on the 11th floor? The setup. On the 6th floor, boy, a lot of men, but where is the production team? Look. So basically, that's why you ain't got no parking lot footage, cause they gave everybody illusion like, okay, she finna check out, she finna leave. Only thing what she finna do is just go outside that door. Look, you see what he just did? Look, same dude right here. Ain't that the same dude that I was pointing to? Boom, look how they coming in. Bam! Same goddamn it uniform jacket. Same uniform that be people in uniform, bruh. Look. Oh, this word connect. Hello, y'all. Look, check this out. I'm gonna play this and keep this in mind. That's why Miss Teresa had to play their role. Cause once you go back to living over statement, keep this in mind. If you watching this footage, listen to what Livernoris said. She posted last seen her at 11 some. That's an alibi. That's an alibi. Cause that mean you know your sister showed up at 11 some, so you created an alibi and said you last saw her on the footage at you last saw her at the house. But reality, she finna be showing up on the footage in a minute. And then look what it look like. Ain't this funny that you got a whole crowd coming in with luggage? So you mean to tell me all these people raving? Oh, there we go. Shit. Man, we talking now. Look, we talking now. Boy, look at this. Now check this out. Everybody you see on the footage, I bet you ain't finna see them the next day, the night, even the 10th. What a fuck. Look, once you watch this footage, when Miss Teresa said, yeah, the people that was there, they wanna know what happened cause it was a different set. Not a shift, but it was a different set. Like a movie set, like different set, like, you know what I'm talking about? So look, when you think about a different set, show me one person that you finna see when Kenneka show up. When Kenneka show up at the hotel. Show me one person that you just seen on the footage after that. That's crazy. You ain't even finna see these folks first thing in the morning, like waking up, we got an event, we got a schedule. You ain't even finna see none of that shit. But guess who you gonna see? College students. Look, watch Friends Can't Move. So look, bed this in your mind when I'm finna play Living North State. Watch this, check this out. Living North finna sound real dumb now when she said she got 5 more other videos and this said 240.
I went in again. I looked for the freezer. I went to the lower level. I'm still trying to locate that freezer, but
And this the insurance lady. Now you see why the insurance lady gotta go live. Cause she finna benefit off of this, but she ain't finna get exposed. She ain't finna get exposed, bro. Man, she gotta protect her business, bro. And she gotta protect Miss Teresa, all them. Look, watch this. This would make sense.
but every time I go in,
Why she said, check this out. When she said when she was down in the no freezers and all of this, so that means she was on the footage round about this time frame. Just keep watching the footage. That's probably why she said this. Look.
okay, you guys. So again, this is the Crown Plaza. And
Right.
I went in again. I looked for the freezer. I went to the lower level. I'm still trying to locate that freezer, but every time I
You still trying to locate that freezer, but keep this in mind. Andrew Holmes already claimed the freezer and where it was located with a route. Yeah, now that she's really sounding fucked up now.
go in with you guys, as you can see, I don't have a signal, so that's why I can't take you guys in with me. But this is day number 2 that I've been looking for the freezer. But of course, when you're down there rambling around, they want to know what you're down there for, what you're doing. So I'm gonna try and put the spotlight on some of the protesters. I'm gonna get out and interview a couple of them. Y'all know how I am with the VIP parking, so let's just see what's happening here. We got.
She got VIP parking, and watch how she finna park and get out the car at the same time that she finna go to Living North talking to the police.
People going on. They're out here. They're protesting. They're not playing about it. I'm gonna give these people a chance to go around. And as you can see, people are in the street. They're stopping traffic. They're doing what they need to do. What's happening?
Now, if you see him, if everybody knew who he was, the crowd would go wild. And once the crowd would go wild, and once everybody would be like, know who he is, that's the news anchor Flacco. Flacco, that's the news anchor in Chicago. And he is on the footage with producers from MTV. And that's why you had an MTV documentary. See, we just know the actors. We don't know the people that's behind the scene that holler, action, cut, more makeup. And the crazy part about it, they on the footage. So everybody you see on the food court hall and coming in and out through the lobby, them people is the part of the whole thing. You got extras, actors, you got film production, sound men, crews, and directors, and you know what I'm saying? Them the only people, because what they finna do is rent out this hotel for the night, because everybody in here is a part of it. Ain't no outsiders in here at this point. Think about H&H Homes. Think about Freemasonry. Think about it. Freemasonry finna book this hotel to commit a murder. You don't think they finna goddamn it and reserve all the flows for they people? That's all you see on the footage. That's all you see on the footage. Look. That's so crazy to me. I'ma press play. Watch this. Look how everybody moving. You got the news anchor dude going through her. You got him going through there. What time this is? Boy, watch this. You already seen Irene came through that bitch. Right? Watch this footage. And then listen to Leonora. Won't this make sense when she said why she talking to the police chief? Cause they were both in on the plot. So what she gonna do is confuse everybody on the timestamp. But like, yeah, you know, they said my sister want her around about this time, and you know the police chief gonna play dumb, but it's all a play. Just look at it like a play, like a Tyler Perry play. You know what I'm saying? On the front stage, you got Leonora Boone with the police chief. Watch this, and they playing the dangerous game, and you got the insurance lady that's with the organ harvesting people. That's how she finna get her money. She is connected to so many murders, bruh. So many murders that she benefit. This the same lady that benefit off the best friend that later died, Azaria. Fuck you talking about? This one, Miss Teresa ain't finna let y'all figure this shit out. I ain't see. Look. Look what's on this motherfucking footage. Check it out. Bam. This whole hotel was preserved for the company, the movie team, the family, and everybody that was involved. It wasn't no outsider. Everybody had a role. Even your role was real small, but like just walk out the motherfucker with your baby. Do. So now look how this finna look like MTV status. And Miss Teresa along with the narrative like this how they finna set up since they been planning her for months. So now look how everybody already in character. Everybody in character mode. Action! Trey Gang style, Jack. Action!
The news media is across the street, and that's exactly where I'm going to go park. But this is the protest that's happening right here. Right here. actually gonna go find a VIP park over here with this new.
Everybody got cups in the hand. Look, check it out. Look. Woo-wee.
But as you can see, the people are out here in great numbers. We got people don't know what's happening around here looking to see what's going on. People are constantly coming.
So now look, check this out. When Mitch Teresa was making that march, y'all see him talking about release the tape. They got everybody tricked, be like, Crown Plaza is holding on to tape because they need to edit those junk. But the real truth is Mitch Teresa got people that was working security. If you look at this right here alone, look at it like this here. When they bust a move, have some of the security, you might as well say half of the security, you can link them back to Miss Teresa. They was all employees. And once everything got hot, they didn't trust the police. So what they did, they leaked the footage. And once they leaked the footage, look what they released. And this what Miss Teresa and them linked. When Miss Teresa and them said link, what the real footage, Miss Teresa's family was the first ones that linked the footage because they were security guards. They went against the police, and now you got pressure. Now check this out. You put Rosemont on the defense like shit. Now you see how Miss Teresa done fooled the public like, yeah, we got what we need. Fuck you talking about. We know what's on that footage. But hold up, it's finna get better. Cause if you look at the dates on here, this when the case was fresh. This when everybody curved outside the public didn't know what was going on. But the whole time, check this out. When the public got involved, man, them folks said, no, I ain't a part of this. I'm getting on down because we see some shit all at the protest. You know what I'm saying? It's so much shit going on at the protest. Come to find out, they families. Whoa! And them folks, and Mitch Teresa was like, I'm going to call the protest off. You didn't have to call the protest off, Mitch Teresa. You ain't had to do that because the public woke up. Chicago woke up. Cause guess what? The best friend said, check this out. You want to know what's a dead giveaway when the best friend said, hey, none of y'all showed up at the protest. We rent buses and everything. Why I ain't never saw Zari at the protest? Hold on, watch this shit. Hold on. If you really want to keep it 100 and see the fuckery that's going on, Kenneka Jenkins' friends speak out. I should have said the goddamn best friend. Hold on, let me see what she pop up. Right here she goes. Speaking of the bitch. Watch this. This the real best friend.
Where you at? Where's you at? Motherfucker pop up to 1, 2 events. Motherfucker
ain't even short at none. Some of y'all is wrong, G. Y'all wrong. And
Where the fuck you was at in the protest? I never saw you. Matter of fact, nobody saw you at the protest. So I thought if you said where you supposed to be at, if she supposed to be hooking up with you that night to celebrate the party, right? And she canceled out but ended up at the party. Come on, bro. Look how crazy this sounds. This the best friend. At the time that everybody knew in Chicago, this the best friend. Then look, check this out. When they said Irene worked there, Tiffany Draper exposing this shit. That's crazy. They go other family members. Look, that's family members right there. So check this out. If you look at the date, oh, this was on the 18th. Think about, I remember what Mr. Teresa was doing on the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, all the way to the 17th. Bro, you mean to tell me, look. Let me check this out. Watch this. This how they finna expose it. Matter of fact. Now look. Now look, now you finna see why the best friend was doing celebrity her. Look who on the footage that night that will put her in a positioning to do celebrity hers. Now, I just want everybody mind to look at, okay, I see what's going on in the footage, Trey Gang. Before Kenneka show up. So look, I see this. That's why Miss Teresa said I last saw her at the 11th song, cause what you actually seeing is finna show up on the 11th song. Look. Now listen to the real best friend. She ain't got no alibi. She can't tell the world where she was at. And she the one that played Kenneka on the footage, and Miss Teresa know that. Right? That's why she had to go live. Now check this out. We ain't never saw you at a protest. Never saw you. What was you when Monifa got locked up when the whole world was thinking Monifa the best friend getting locked up? And they staged a lockup that they said Monifa got locked up. Monifa never got locked up. Notice you never saw her on the protest. Her and Miss Teresa kept they dissing cause she the real fucking best friend, and it took the people that was there to expose this bitch. Azaria was there and she played Kenneka. Look, straight drop on the footage. Look, you see all of this on the footage. This before the girl arrived. So check this out. So just think about it. Kenneka being set up, and Miss Teresa said she don't know nothing about none of this shit about hotels, but she knows she supposed to be celebrating because she finna come here with a gathering. A gathering means family and friends. Bama back. What's up, Jack? Man, I'm glad that you're back. Ooh, man, I'm so glad that you back, Jack. Man, you just don't know. You just don't know. Man, check this out. Now look, boom, watch the setup. You just had the production team coming in. Guess who now you finna see come in? This second group. You had the production team coming in, and now you got the family coming in. Hi y'all. Then you got the news anchor in the lobby. Boo y'all. Look, check this out. Bam. They're gonna be. Ooh, look at this shit. So now look. Guess where the best friend gonna be at that time? Wow. Guess where the best friend be at? I'm gonna let her explain because she said she wasn't there.
Like, I just want to, like, excuse my hair, whoever I'm here. Excuse my hair, cause, but I'm trying to wait till these little views come in, cause I'm not understanding a lot of shit. Literally, like, I'm really not understanding what the fuck going on. What's wrong? No, it's not. It's like, it's just a problem. I got a problem with a lot of shit that's just been going on Facebook, bro. Like, y'all ass ain't right. A lot of y'all ass ain't right. I feel like everybody on Facebook, I can't eat, I can't sleep. Come back. Like, you ain't deserve. I miss my friend. You don't deserve it. Where you at? Where is you at? Motherfucker pop up to 1, 2 events. Motherfucker ain't even show up at none. Some of y'all ass is wrong, G. Y'all wrong. And y'all literally sitting here trying to settle for her being gone, bro. That shit ain't cool, bro, on no type of level.
She said out her own mouth, man, I settled for her to be gone. Look, just like Miss Teresa was crying and she was like, yeah, if I could live without my daughter, when she was talking to her sister, when she was like, if I could live without my daughter, goddamn it. And she like, look.
When I really sitting here trying to settle for her being gone, bro.
Told you.
Y'all wrong. And y'all literally sitting here trying to settle for her being gone, bro.
Yeah, you done settled for her to been gone. Let's talk about this protest right quick. That's why we ain't seen you at the protest, bitch. Man, guilty done kicked in. You wanna know? It ain't just guilty. It's what King Rob and Chosen King were putting out. Shit. Cause when you got this Azaria right here. Boom.
That shit ain't cool, bro, on no type of level. And I don't got no respect for none of y'all ass. How y'all gonna cherish her on Facebook but not in real life, bro? Not in real life, bro. That shit fake as hell. Every motherfucker can drive out the Rosemont for a hotel party. Motherfucker can't drive out there for a motherfucking protest.
So why you ain't at the protest and you was the best friend? And you was the best friend. That's why Miss Teresa never mentioned Azaria until Chosen King pulled up and pulled all those old ass videos of her and Zaria, how they so much cool. That's the only reason why she spoke up, because if Rob and them didn't say her name when it came to the footage, she wouldn't have never responded in this manner. That's why she will be able to do celebrity her, cause look what's on the footage. Where is Zaria?
Trying to get justice. Y'all is out there for hotel parties, but y'all can't come out there to help get justice for a motherfucker y'all wasn't watching over, bro. That shit ain't right, bro. And I'm feeling some type of way, and I feel like y'all ass ain't real. Ain't nowhere in here y'all real. And can't no motherfucker say, I ain't had no ride, no transportation. Motherfucker even ordered a bus, bro. Motherfucker ordered a bus for every motherfucker.
And that's why you got all those people at the protest. Them were people from the hood that knew about it. That's where the money was going in. Think about this. This where Miss Teresa was collecting the money to rent the bus to bring everybody from the hood to throw a fake ass protest to real people showed up like, man, what the fuck? I'm getting away from over here. Cause once you go back to all the protests, now you'll be like, damn, if they rented the bus, why you weren't on the bus, bitch? Everything what she's saying, you wasn't even there. you supposed to be on Miss Teresa's side at every protest. No coincidence that you don't see you nowhere supporting Kenneka Jenkins. You just on live Facebook capping because you got caught playing her on the footage and you was the best friend and Miss Teresa threw it off on Monique. Man, let's get those likes up. We need 100 likes right now on this shit. Cause guess what? But what you see on the footage, you just seen the production crew come in. Boy, look at this. Let me speed this camera her up all the way. But we don't need to ride in regular time. We could just go on and fast forward this shit and play this shit top speed. Now look. Remember what Miss Teresa said? I'ma stop this bitch video and go to Miss Teresa said. Check this out. Hold up. Now let's go to Leonora first. No, fuck that. I need Miss Teresa first. I need her out her own fucking mouth. Watch this.
And also as well as the sergeant. And the
her whole interview.
1075 GCI.
Tell me, do this whole interview hit different now, y'all? I've been working so hard on this just to expose this interview. Cause this interview, once you dig in the Kenneka Jenkins case, you're gonna keep going back to this interview because you're gonna be like, look at the questioning and look at the answers. Watch how this shit all scripted. Watch this.
yes, my daughter
Check this out.
Was
Let's
found Kenneka Jenkins.
start from the
Right now,
beginning.
just a little backstory. The 19-year-old girl who was found frozen in a freezer in the Rosemont Crown Plaza Hotel.
That's right.
So let's start there. Let's start the night that you got the phone call about your daughter.
Okay.
Why you didn't start from the beginning and say when the last time you saw your daughter? Can you just give the look who y'all you see on the footage? Ain't this crazy? Ain't this crazy? Look. Then start out when you last time you seen your daughter. Let's get straight to when she was in the fridge. Let's skip all this shit on the footage. Cause everybody gonna look at this footage like this ain't nothing to see. I just see people checking in, coming and going, no big deal. But if you find out what I found out, this shit crazy.
Okay. I received a phone call, 4:34 in the morning, from her friend, stating to me that my daughter's missing. They can't find her. So
If I go to Leonora's statement, why Leonora said they showed up at her house, not Miss Teresa's house, but her house at 4 in the morning with the car. So Leonora had to bring the car to Miss Teresa to go back to the hotel. God damn it. Miss Teresa said she got a phone call at 4:30, but Leonora got a statement. She was already at the house at 4 o'clock at my house. Talking about they left her in the hallway. So if they at your house at 4, how Miss Teresa getting a call at 4:30? Cause it's at 2 something. That's when they were moving the car. That's why you got Bree talking about I'm about to get in the car with Kenneka. Remember those text messages? Yeah, we finna go paw about her mama house. Check this out.
asked them, could they take their time, just have a little patience at first to see if they can find her. In the background, I hear one of the other friends stating, she tired of waiting, she tired of this, getting a little.
In the background, meaning that you're gonna be on the same premises where they gonna be at. She was never at the house. She her at the hotel. Her, the best friend, Leonora, her brother, and everybody from the hood. MTV already set up, Lifetime channel people, extras, actors, You know what I'm saying? Small fries that's in the game, they all there. So when you think about a movie, look how Bill Murray would direct this shit. Same way he filmed Goldbusters. Look at the footage.
Little rowdy. So I asked them to calm down and just bring my car to me.
Because your daughter had, because they were at the hotel for a party, and your daughter was the driver of the night.
Yes, my daughter was the driver of the
So
night.
they had her keys at this moment.
They had her keys. And they never mentioned.
No, she didn't. Cause when Kenneka actually arrived at the party, she wasn't even the driver. It was other people showed up with Kenneka. She could have been in the car and her mammy could have been driving. Kenneka could have actually drove the car up there with people, other family members trailing her, cause these motherfuckers coming in a couple of cars deep. So, watch this.
That they had a phone until after I got off the phone with one friend, I called her phone just to hear other friend state to me that I have a phone too. So I asked him, I said, y'all, wait, hold on. You have my car keys and her cell phone? I knew something wasn't right.
Right. So, after that story, you obviously went to the hotel and began the search for your daughter. And the hotel at first wasn't as cooperative, correct?
No, they wasn't.
Okay.
From when me speaking with their friends, when the hotel, the friends stated to me that they was looking for, because I asked them, to continuously look for it at first.
Right.
And she said that they was making them leave. The hotel was,
They were trying to kick him out.
Yes, they
night?
were going to kick him out that night
And
because
this is like about 4:00 in the morning.
Oh, before.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They was going to kick them out if they leave and call the police on them to arrest them.
Now, why were they threatening to do that? Just because they were being too rowdy, making too much noise?
No, because they stated to me that they told them that my daughter was missing. They can't find her.
And they felt like that was reason to kick everybody out?
Yes, obviously.
When was, the friends that called you, when was their last time that they saw your daughter, Kenneka, alive? What's their last reaction and interaction with Kenneka?
Well, they stated to me it was because I asked them how long she been missing, and they said it was 2 hours before they called me. I asked them why didn't they call me before. They said because one of the friends didn't want me to know that my daughter was missing. The one that left my house with Kenneka.
Right. Now, but did they say?
Now you know how Mr. Reese was very careful and said nothing about the best friend. Look. Do this look like a sellout? That you got the best friend selling out her best friend to gain fame and do celebrity her and jump off private planes and jet, and Mr. Reese agreed to this and everybody agreed to this shit? Look. That's crazy. Bam! That's all I needed to see right there on the food court hall. A regular person just don't come in and just take certain routes. Yeah, where my roommate? Yeah, you go ahead to the elevators up there and hit the 8th floor, and you should be there to the left. All right. So think about the pool area. Look. Stop it. Pause it. Who is that? Who is that? Look. So this what you would see when they finna get Kenneka to the hotel. Bam, they go Bree. Hold on, let me skip this footage. Y'all see Bree in the lobby. Y'all see everybody coming in the lobby, right? In the food court hall. Look at this shit. That's a perfect time for Mr. Reese and them to say this shit.
Everybody be quiet outside this hotel.
I cannot answer for what happened that night, but I will tell you, as of right now, you're getting it from me that this is going to be a complete investigation, and you will get an honest answer back.
They go the dude y'all see on the footage. They said that was Joe Coleman. In the reality, that's John. Him. And Miss Teresa know that. That man filmed every move Miss Teresa. That's why he there. Cause if he on that footage, he finna pull his camera out and he finna be in that protest with all of them. He finna catch everything on footage. Man, look. From his concern, I'm finna catch everybody on footage, and this gonna be his alibi.
With evidence. That's the most important thing. The most important thing is, like I said, the information is good and it's important to the community. It's most important to the family, and that's our number one priority. It's got to be the family, not the community. Not that the community, what they need to know isn't important, but most important is the immediate family. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Y'all been connected with the lead detective on this case?
He's talked to the mother.
That's why you got Charles Nesby there showing up with this brawl right here. Ain't that crazy? And Miss Teresa know that, because I didn't know Charles, T.Y. Rolling Daddy. He was next door neighbors with Miss Teresa also. He stayed like 2 doors down. So if he stayed 2 doors down, that it makes sense why they were like, yeah, they supposed to been going to the movie. Let's show T.Y. and them up there at the movie and make it look like, yeah, they all were going to the movie. All they set up being Rosemont. Rico died. See why he had to die? Because once you look into the family tree and realize his family, they're working at the hotel. And so that means, hey, Rico, we need to ask you a couple of questions. Mr. Reese's family like, pow, 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 get rid of his ass. Because they want the public to think that she was with him at the time, that was her boyfriend. In reality, it wasn't. In reality, guess who Kenneka was dating? And he a well-known rapper. That's why they had to keep the boyfriend a mystery. Now, look, you can look into this if you want to. You know what I'm talking about? If you find out who Kenneka was dating, now you'll see why they were like, yeah, Kenneka knows something about some murders. Look. If you want to know what Kenneka may witness a murder, look who King Von and Lil Durk was beefing with in 2017. Once you figure that out, you will understand
how she broke from the group. Like, how did she break away from the group?
Right.
Okay, it was like 2 different stories. First, that day that she came, she came up missing, they stated that they left her in the front lobby, which is on my 911 call.
Okay.
because that's what they told me. Then later on that day in the afternoon, headed towards the evening, they stated to me they left her upstairs by the room door. You know.
So they changed.
Now you see why they had to change the story up, cause look who we'll be dealing with. This bitch.
Came and ordered buses, bro, on the school bus. Ordered a school bus for a motherfucker to get to A to Z, bro. Y'all ain't trained. A lot of motherfuckers that was there, I swear to God, this lady told me she came from Vegas, bro. She came from Vegas to join the protest, y'all. And y'all is.
Guess who she talking about? The lady that came from Vegas, the hip hop lady. That was at the funeral. She's a celebrity. That's what she gonna get the hookup for. That's why she promote her.
From the area, in the area, know her personally like this, and ain't that, bro? And then motherfuckers friends, best friends, y'all friends. Y'all ass was around her more than us at the end. I ain't even gonna fly, y'all was. Only reason I wasn't hanging with her like that is because I didn't fuck with you hoes. That's how I'm gonna tell it. I really didn't fuck with none of you hoes. That I don't know y'all. I don't.
Now this finna expose everything. She said, I don't know now when you hoe make it look like a friend, but it was the whole time it was family. So when you look at TY live video and Irene live video, they all family in the room. It wasn't no strangers. Wasn't just no gang randomly popping up. You know what I'm saying? No, this was a family hit.
I'm 1300 twice, no new bitches at all. I don't settle for new bitches at all. And I really wish she never met you, hoes, G. Cause y'all ass ain't there, bro. I don't give a fuck who you on tour with. I ain't even gonna lie, I'ma give me my props. She came to 2. You came to 2. You got locked up for me, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You came to 2 events, you got locked up. Despite what motherfuckers saying they was gonna do to you, you still took that risk and you made it there, bro. I bet y'all, cause my dad just called my phone. The rest of y'all ass didn't even pop up, bro. Didn't even pop up and y'all wrong as hell. But I ain't gonna lie. Nifa, I ain't finna, Nifa, what I gotta say to you, I'm gonna inbox you because, you feel me? You feel me? I'm not gonna do this on Facebook. I'm not gonna.
But Monifa just hit your inbox like, damn, you talking bad on me. Now I'm in your inbox and you like, yeah, I'm gonna get on up off this live. But you really just made threats. But if you start paying attention to the people in the comments, this all family member hyping this shit up, make it look real. Man, look. And this her on the footage. Look, watch this. I want to stop it right here and show y'all this shit. Who the fuck this look like then? Look, watch this. Just the face. That's all we just need, the face. Look, 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 look. Watch this. Look, watch this. Bam. Shit. Hello, y'all. Man, let's get a clear image of this. Hold on, y'all. Let's go to the bathroom, John. Look. Watch this. Notice how they keeping the head down. Notice how the chest big, wide hips, thick, short. And once it come to this, damn, I wish I can blow that hoe up like. One more frame. Bam, right there. That's it right there. That's it right there. Look what time this would be. Now look. You got her on the footage. That's her on the footage, right? Hold on. Then you got her in TY Live.
Running late? With Braun, you can still look.
I mean, in Irene Live, check this out right up in her. There she go right there. So basically what I'm saying, if you watch that whole footage, look what happened before Kenneka arrived. Everybody show up. Bam. There go Irene. So Kenneka showed up. Look what time this is. This at 11:13. Right? So once you look at the footage, you'll be like, damn, look, that's why these people came in, follow right behind them just to go out the front door. Again, actors. And then you finna see, goddamn it, the news crew come in. You finna see the news crew, all of this shit come in on this footage round about this same time frame. Right after Kenneka, to be exactly. So boom, that's why you don't see Kenneka on this footage. So once Kenneka got there, look. Irene went live. Not this live, but the one before that. Cause the first live video, that's when Kenneka gonna be in the room. This the second live interview. Kenneka ain't in the room. That's why they got the best friend in the room. But you heard Kenneka's voice because they edited the voice in there because of the first live video about the pocket ticket. That means when Irene and them shot this live video, the girl was already, check this out, they already took the girl to the lower level, came back to the room and filmed the video, went live, because this is going to be their alibi. They was still in the room, and this what the family need. We was still in the room when this shit happened, right? So once you understand that, Mr. Reese's story it finna make sense. Look.
This is wrong, bro. Y'all ain't coming how y'all supposed to. Motherfuckers drove out there for that hotel party, but I ain't gonna lie, you see their face one time, bro. Some of y'all didn't even come, not even one time, bro. Like that shit irritating as hell, and it's really bothering me, bro. Like, cause we need y'all, like, to come through, bro. Y'all ain't coming through. Motherfuckers sit on Facebook, make stats back to back to back to back. Just talking about they can't eat, they can't sleep. I ain't see you hoes shed a tear. See, if you want to be real, I ain't see motherfuckers shed a tear. Y'all seen her mama, see how.
Now y'all see the fuckery. So when you get her live video, that's why they texting the family members. See that? So they already did what they needed to do. They just back in the room just to film like, well, look, whatever they got going on, we ain't got nothing to do with this, because we came back in the room and this is what we were doing. So they had us thinking that Kenneka about to come out the room, but reality, they already gave the girl to the hotel. The organ people got her. They go the news dude. Hold up. They go the news dude. They work for the news. Shit. You got everybody on the footage. So, explain to me. Why you got high figures at this hotel and a murder being committed? Hold up. Let me go to my video. I ain't even had to do that. I just could have went to my download. Right here. Here we go. Let me switch it up, gang. That's him. That's him. Y'all remember when Miss Teresa said, yeah, we had to call the news station and to help us locate our daughter. The news anchor already up there. I know them are his wife and kids. Hold on, y'all. Bam. Now you got straight dropping them in the lobby. Kenneka already showed up. That's why Miss Teresa said I got the call where I last saw her leaving the house at what time? 11:30.
Saw that.
Yes.
But isn't there a point, if I recall correctly, when they released the videotapes, there was a point where she got out the elevator, but somebody was in the elevator? Am I recalling that wrong?
Those were, I think, the allegations of people saying that they were in the elevator. Because there's been so many conspiracy theories when it comes to what happened with your daughter, Kenneka.
So we didn't see anybody in the elevator with her?
No, not in the videos, not that I saw. Did you guys see anything different? No, we didn't see anything with that. No.
Now you see why, 'cause look who will be playing her best friend. So check this out. Since you know the truth, and if you break Miss Teresa timestamp down with 2 hours off the footage, the biggest Kenneka Jenkins YouTuber is on the footage. That means he was working in Miss Teresa's favor. He there with his laptop. He there with a female that messed with Mexican. Alright, let me skip this shit. But y'all see all these people, this whole hotel was preserved for everybody, not to the public. What time this is? So that means if this at 11:34, why you think Miss Teresa said I last saw her out at the house at 11:30? That means Miss Teresa established the alibi, right? When it come to her story, she lied off the top. She lied off the top, bro. That's why she started. That's why the story started out from 11:30.
Your mom has spoken to our
They didn't tell my mama that they didn't tell her that she could review the images.
We also know that your mom was ill, and we have told her that when those are ready, we want her to come in first. She's going to be the first. Because she says,
Was they able to tell us, because the manager that was on duty at the time at the hotel, he said he was going to the back to call the police. Was the police able to tell him to tell us they wasn't able to come up here? We had to come to the station to do a missing police report. I'm saying, is they able to do that? Is they able to tell us they can't come to the hotel to make my report? I have to come to them when I tell them that my sister was last seen here. Was they able to tell me? Because you know what, he still ended up coming to the hotel because he forgot to tell me to sign the paper.
I know
so
we
he
did
still
come to
come.
the hotel. I don't know what your time frame you're talking, but we did.
So all this shit was scripted. That's why he would be recording this. Look, Miss Teresa really slipped up. Cause when it come to her story, I got to call at 434 and you pull Lyra Norris statements up. Well, they was at my house bringing back the car and the keys back to me, and they was at my house. Lyra Norris was not staying with Miss Teresa at the time, and Miss Teresa had a truck. The car that Kenneka that was riding in is Miss Teresa's old car. She got a truck. So once you figure that part out, you're gonna be like, well, why would you need these people? Why you got the world thinking, bring me my car? And the whole time you got your car, Lyra Norris got her own car. So won't it make sense why you won't see Lyra Norris with Miss Teresa first thing early in the morning? So guess what they did? They established an alibi in that time frame. Both of them said, look, they ain't even said they was at the house. So basically, you just seen everybody coming in this hotel and setting up, and you ain't finna see none of these people no more. None of these people. This the production crew.
Okay.
But again, so many conspiracy theories were being thrown out there. So now, okay, so you're at the hotel, you find her. So when do they actually, from when you get to the hotel, when does the hotel finally find your daughter in the freezer?
Well, once I arrive, they finally found her after the.
Have officers here, and I believe then they conducted the search of
But
the
he
hotel.
only, no, the first time, the police officer, he only came back because he forgot to tell me to sign a missing person report. When you make a report, it's a paper you have to sign. He didn't tell me to sign it at the station. He told me that, he called me.
And I'm glad that you mentioned Chosen King. Cause you wanna know what the biggest T when it comes to the Kenneka Jenkins case? Would you believe me? Nah, don't believe me. Would you believe the receipts? If you got YouTubers said, we got video, somebody choking out Kenneka and all of this. What if I told you it was Lyra Norris and Miss Teresa that actually killed the girl? Look, actually killed the girl. That's why when it comes to who killed her, look at one of those plot twists like a Lifetime channel. They had you looking at the best friend. The best friend, only thing they did is set her up and lure her. But when it's time to come to kill her, the family gonna have to do that part. And they're gonna take the hotel and everybody else to be like, okay, you killed her, we'll take it from her. Look, if you think I'm lying, watch this video. Check this out. Look. This the crazy part. Hold up. Right here. Man, I need that one with Jedediah Brown. Right here, I think. Is this it? Damn, this ain't even it. It's gonna be that video. Fuck it. God damn it.
But they ain't showing us that that's the lower level. I mean, not the lower level. That's the regular
Because there's
level.
another level down.
But that's the level up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's it.
That's
That's why that lady said it's a lower level down from the lower level, because that's where everybody was at. And if you watch this footage, you're gonna look at it like, damn, you sure ain't lying, Trey Gang, because I'm watching these people, they come in. So once they come in, that's why you don't have no footage on the lower level. You don't even really got footage on the lower level. Even though they gave you footage of the lower level, but it ain't footage though. It ain't no footage. If you got a video saying this at 12 o'clock and you just show a minute of 12 o'clock and then skip another hour, that's at 2. So that means if the video skip every hour, that means you got 1 minute video on the footage for 4 hours. So if at 2 o'clock you show a minute on that jump, then it skips. So basically, you basically got, look at this shit. Look. Miss Teresa is not finna tell the truth. Cause check this out. Think about this here. The Crown Plaza is not finna kill Kenneka Jenkins, bro. Cause check this out. Cause if Miss Teresa and them had solid proof that who killed her, she would have been released. It's a reason why she couldn't release it. Cause maybe it's a plot twist like a Lifetime channel. Man, these bastards is the killers, bruh. Man, Miss Teresa killed them folk, bruh. And she want us to believe it's a creepy hotel dude, security, and lure Kenneka. No, that ain't what happened, bruh. It was all set up, and the hotel was like, well, look, y'all got to do the killing now. So you gonna sell her body and do all this, you know what I'm saying? You got to kill them, cause we ain't gonna do it. So that's why everybody would threaten to release a video what was happening to Kenneka. And guess who's gonna be on the video? On Miss Teresa watch, family members in town, not on the hotel watch. Cause when people said they had video in their phone, they ain't never said we was in the kitchen, we was in a ballroom, or none of them folks said we was in a hotel room. And Kenneka died from strangulation. Strangulation? What? Look who this is in the lobby. I mean, food court hall. That's the crazy part about this shit. That's the old one. That's old 51 Melly, the rapper nigga. Now, if you looking deep in Chicago, rumors was spread that Kenneka was dating Can't Get Right. Whoever is Can't Get Right, that's who Kenneka was dating, and he a rapper too. It might be that little Newski dude that got shot at the funeral, and that's the reason why they call him Can't Get Right, cause when he got shot after that fact, he couldn't get right back then. Even King Von made a song about it. Now look, since you mentioned in the chat about them Aberrad people, then I told you and showed you receipt that I'm like, look, I traced this shit back to Aberrads too. Aberrad people. I even showed these people was like, look, this who I linked up to with Mr. Recent family, cause I'm like, man, why Mr. Recent family coming back to Mexican, Iran people all the way back to Israel, bro. Israel. Check this out. Look. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Now check this out. This shit so crazy. You got Miss Teresa on her telling everybody, y'all, that video, that Kenneka getting murdered, that was not me on video. They saying that was me when my daughter was getting murdered. Hold up. Tiffany Draper. Tiffany Draper was exposing the same fucking thing. Look. Check this out.
Hello, sister. Would you be willing to...
You want to know why he knows so much? Because if you look at who he looked like, he related to Charles Dorsey, Big Chuck, this Chuck Dorsey. Look, this Chuck Dorsey, this the one that went who formed the Crazy Crew. They think Larry, y'all see he's standing in front of the Kiwanis Greens. Look, if you've been following the case like I have, why you think Tiffany Draper got, look, Zach TV killers revealed by Chirac Gangster, who revealed how Kenneka actually died.
Federal grand jury hearing to expound on your drill Chicago knowledge.
And check this out. I got to show you this video before I even take it further. Man, this gonna be some crazy shit with... Right here. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull it up. I gotta go to the live front though. Now look who that gay boy look like. Watch this. Check him out. Just like him. Bruh, when Tanasia and them say, yeah, we the Crazy Crew, them her people formed it, the Crazy Crew. The BDs, this how the BDs got formed. The Teresa family created, helped created Larry Hoover and them and David Bosdale and them with the GDs. And sometime in that frame, a family got into it and formed the BDs and tried to have everybody flipping from GD to BD. And when that shit started, that's why you got all those murders that was famous in Chicago. The little boy getting kidnapped, fingers getting chopped off, and they cutting that man up and throwing him all across the goddamn Chicago. And you got all they targeting their own folk, bro. Look. This where this shit come in there.
Snitching. No. Absolutely not. I prefer to live.
Like, I don't know, like any hood dude know not to go and do lie.
That's why the Bible say you can't change. That's why the Bible said, "Hey man, you can't change a leopard from his stripes." Cause you could have everybody, you know what I'm saying, food on identity theft. But when you know the real truth, be like, okay, I know you related to this dude because I looked at your background. Now I see y'all people. It's really the gangs. You know what I'm saying? That would be the biggest news in the world. That you got gangs that everybody was raised up to. Just think about when you first joined the gang. GDs. Or BD. Man, Miss Teresa family stamped that shit, bro. That's what T-Top finna come in there. Look, check this out. I'm glad that you mentioned T-Top. Look. It's the crazy part about it. T-Top, Kenneka Jenkins. Look. They all rappers. That's why he had to apologize. Look, T-Top speak on Kenneka Jenkins punchline. Then look. That's why you got him talking about, yeah, you banned out of Chicago, soccer. Yeah, man, you doing too much on the Kenneka Jenkins and stuff. Look.
But that shit did touch a nerve. That shit just didn't sit right with me initially when he said the shit. Like, damn, why the nigga even?
And guess who he is on the footage? Guess who he is on the footage that wearing the Red House jersey? Well, not the Red House, the Atlanta Falcon jersey. Look, he on the footage. So when you pull all these bastards up, he look like that's your little nephew. And this nigga right here, hold on y'all. Right? It makes sense why King Raw would be in the play, right? When he's speaking like this. Check this out. Who I need to pull up? Right here. Andre Williams, Kenneka Jenkins. God
he is
damn.
at risk, but I'm assured that I'm in the hands of God. I'm assured that I am in the hands of the Most High.
This is why they
but I
hate the
have
trade
been
game,
approached,
bro.
For me to stop protesting. And I turned it down because I will not be bought. I would not be brought.
Boy,
by
that
anything.
look like, check this
I
out.
would not be brought, and I would not be sold out. I would not sell my people out.
So you mean tell me that's your nephew and you got your 2 uncles and you know what I'm talking about? That's why y'all bastards got the same fucking nose, lips and shit, you know what I'm talking about? So if you look at it like this, it was nothing but a bunch of rappers done sacrificed Kenneka Jenkins on some gang beef, and you had family and friends had to go live and to tell the world another lie what happened to Kenneka Jenkins, and that's the worst thing they did, because you could link them back to the gangs with Larry Hoover when this shit first got started, bro. So when it first got started, what different it would make that shit, they sacrificed Kenneka and did this shit in a hotel. How long the BD's been doing this shit with the hotel? Shit. Them niggas be in and out of jail. They gonna turn informant. They snitches. They know next thing you know the FBI be like, look, man, you could be a part of one of us. You know, we know you a criminal. We need a nigga like you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cause we trying to bust one of your ops. Yeah, we trying to catch him with some drugs, and he gonna get away with this drug charge. So we need you to go and murder him, and they finna go murder him. And next thing you know, you got to cover up. Look, they all look alike. Shit, when they even go to Miss Teresa. Damn, when Miss Teresa have her haircut just like these bomb ass niggas, they look all just alike. You know what I'm talking about? See that?
Even though you ain't said nothing yet. You ugly nigga. You sure is ugly. But I'm listening to what you gotta say.
Facebook Live, Instagram Live in the police station. Like it's like you asking for it. Like so it happened, but man, it seemed like y'all asking for it. It's like okay, just like
let's shout out to this young man. Let's get the likes up. Let's shout out. We got 183 people watching. Let's shout out to this young man for being able to being black and being able to say asking. You see what I'm saying? Shout out.
that Moo Crump stuff. Okay, you on live and stuff arguing.
If you look up that last name Crump, that's that girl that King Rod was talking about. That's Kenneka in the casket. That wasn't that girl that was Kenneka in the casket. But the girl they were trying to say, her name was Tanika Crump or something like that. That's Moo Crump little niece. And she looked just like him. Check this out. Watch this. Hold on. Let me do it like this here. That's not Kenneka Jenkins in the casket. Let me see where they pull it up. Y'all remember who they tried to say who she looked like? Let me see. Not this one. Damn, where that girl at? See, that go back to Charles Dorsey. Look, go back to Charles Dorsey. They finna go back to him. Hold on. That's finna go back to him. And to this dude that was in. Damn, man, they ain't got my picture loaded up. Hold on. I know what to do. Right here. So you got Miss Teresa will be meeting up with the news dude at the protest. Keep that in mind. You know? Hold up, right here. Here you go. Hold on, wait a minute. No, bro, where you at? You supposed to be right up in here. God damn. Man, where my goddamn picture at? Supposed to been right here or something like that. Ah, okay. I know why. Let me do it like this. Look, they all look alike. Charles Dorsey again. There go the dude. Come on, man.
She was, bro. Y'all seen that shit. Of course, the sister gonna snap off and, ooh, my sister better come the fuck. That's literally natural, bro. That shit gonna happen, bro. You gotta let a motherfucker this, bro. You gotta let a motherfucker get that shit out. Don't take that shit to offense, bro. Don't look at her, you feel me, as if like, bitch, you ain't talking to me. You supposed to go look for y'all friend, bro. I'm just gonna be real, like y'all ass ain't real, bro. I don't wanna even see y'all motherfucker post talking about something. Y'all miss her, y'all love her, y'all need her, like none of that shit, bro. Don't put none of that shit, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to set it up. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm ready to get into it. I ain't with any motherfucker up on this Facebook shit, I'm ready to get into it. I don't give a fuck you call me sus, bro. We was cool, we conversated, none of this shit. I ain't trying to hear none of this shit.
That shit was disrespectful, man. Feel me? Nigga was disrespectful as fuck, man. So from here on out, nigga, it's fuck T-Top, man. Straight up, bro. Fuck T-Top. Real nigga shit, bro. You got like fucked up, bro. Ain't no way, bro, you can apologize after that shit, bro.
See, T-Night is the gangster version. He's the gay version. So if you put if he grow his hair like they look like twins, that's his twin, bro. Just imagine you come out your mama womb and y'all twin, one of them come out a little boy. Like, yeah, man, I like boys. That's why he was on me so heavily, because I was paying attention to the footage. I'm like, I'm going to find out, nigga. Yeah, I'm going to find out. Yeah, let me find out this your, yeah, you got this your, this your evil twin. Now, you the evil twin. This the sugar brother. This the sugar twin. I'm going to call them sugar twins. Because, you know, he like little boys too. But he like to keep his gangster like, yeah, I do the fucking. But he do the Ben Nobi like, yeah, I'm the one that getting fucked type shit. So they got something in common. So if you look at it like this, he'll be like, if you catch him on a gay day, like on a gay day, he gonna sound like him.
For nothing. So I am exposing the devil.
High.
And
pop the perk.
I am putting my life on the forefront.
For the little boys. That's how he gonna be talking to you. Look, you see this? That's what a look. If you got a grown ass man that old and sitting up here doing nah. I'm telling y'all, bro, they for fraternity twins. That's why they don't claim each other. Cause he be like, bro, you out in the opening with this shit. You know what I'm saying? He just got a gay ass twin brother. You see they grow their beard out. He is fluffy. Cause you call this beard, if you look at this beard when it's bushy like that, that means it's called the French tickler. Cause when he go and suck the booty, right, you know what I'm saying, all these little hair follicles, once he go in and compress those lips, those hair follicles will tickle the booty on the entrance. See him, he clean cut and shave. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know he see he a slick booty nibbler. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he one of those, you know what I'm saying? He not a, yeah, let me shave my little bird off, you know what I'm talking about, and perk these lips. I want some gold. Yeah, bitch, you ain't never had no gold tooth on your ass, did it? Like what? Yeah, bitch. You just been ate by gold mouth, you know what I'm talking about? Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, like it's cool, like, yeah, I've been ate by gold mouth, you know what I'm talking about? That's why half of them niggas killer, cause they don't want you to expose their sexuality. Like, yep, I'm a booty eating that nigga, and I love little boy booty too, but I still kill a nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And you got his brother over here like, well, I'm not a killer, and you know what I'm saying, I'm a victim the whole time, cause my booty got robbed. How your booty get robbed? Did somebody come in there and said this is a stick up and told you to spread your cheeks? I'm just saying. Cause just look. That's his brother, y'all. I'm trying. Nobody, you ain't gotta believe me. You ain't gotta believe me. I know some of y'all might think these Joe, but I'm telling y'all, this the background. That's his twin brother. One gay, and the other one bisexual ass nigga. When he fuck with little boys, he like little boys like pucking them with an S curl in their heads and shit, and wearing skinny jeans. He like those little sissy boys. You know what I'm saying? That'll dress up like women, and once that little boy dressed up like cause you know when that boy dressed up, it's like a costume. He was like, damn, you look like Carly B. But like, bitch, I want you to dress like Nicki Minaj tonight. And you got that little boy with these big ass cheek shots, meeting up at the 7-Eleven so you can hop in the car with him and shit and go dip off in the moonlight. At Motel 6. I just wish that everybody could have an app that could be access to the public cameras, you know, like public cameras that's all over the world, and be like, since these cameras public, can we have access to it and see who all coming and going in these little hotels and shit, you know what I'm talking about? Cause look, that's why he didn't want him to go everywhere with him. You just can't show up at, look, what they good for, they'll show up at some parties. This is what he'll do. His brother will come in and be like, talk to you and shit and try to convince you, like, yeah, look.
For you all. And to let you all know.
Soft and shit.
That
looking you dead in your eyes and shit. Making facial expressions and shit. You know, blinking and winking and shit, you know what I'm saying, man? Talking about, look, man, you know I'm your nigga and shit, you know what I'm talking about? Bro, I love you type, all this type shit.
I will continue to stand
on
the forefront
on the forefront for
I will
this shit.
continue to put my life out there, and I will not be broke by anything. It's nothing. No way.
But you trying to buy booty though. What you mean you can't get broke? I know somebody that got a hot 20 right now. You will go, shit, where you at? Shit, you look like a $20 hooker right now. You know what I'm talking about? I don't mean to sound too kind of rude about it, but shit. If you ever was on the track and selling your booty, goddamn it, you ain't getting no more than $20. Yeah, you can run to the cars and shit be like, yeah, what you trying to get, a fuck, suck, or blow? You know, I just want some ass cheeks. Shit, I charge 50 now. I ain't got nothing but 20. Come on, man, you ain't got no more than that, man. I ain't got nothing but 20, man. It's some goddamn blow. How much blow you get, shit? I ain't got nothing but a gram. Pop the lock. He getting in that motherfucker. So now look, if you look at it like a hotel party, he finna come in, he gonna size you up and be like, yeah, this boy here ain't budging. He trying to play hard, so let me send my brother in there and he gonna finish the job. Now this when this shit finna get real serious. When he come in that motherfucker, oh yeah, all gangs to the side. Yeah, man, what's up with you, man? Ain't nothing much going on, man. Look, we could do this shit the hard way or the easy way. You can give me that goddamn booty, or you can make me take that booty and get my my emotions arising. I'ma stab you with this you know what I'm talking about? And I could just tell all the death threats that he'll tell all his victims before he take the booty. He gonna sound fruity as hell. Ain't nothing gangster about this shit. It ain't nothing like, I'ma kill you, bitch. It's like, look, I'm finna take your booty and I'ma give you all of this goddamn wood. And I want you to enjoy this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? That shit fruity as hell. Just imagine those last words you heard from the killer is taking your booty. You know what I'm talking about? Man, look. He the one that's in jail. They gonna be like, yeah, sneaking your cell and shit. I'm here for your booty type shit. Where he at now? Cause he need to reach out to me. Cause I wanna buzz his ass some of these receipts I got over here, Mr. Midnight. Man, don't get me started, cause y'all know I'm getting mad now, cause I'm looking at I'm like, yup. Yep, no wonder why you was on Trey Gang ass and shit, talking about Trey Gang, I'm sick of your shit. And I'm like, why you bothering me? I don't even know you. And I'm like, now I see why I was on your radar, cause I'm one that's paying attention and close to the case. And I'm like, that's why he got to be the pastor. So that means, oh, that's why I can link y'all go back to the rappers. And that's why y'all associated with King Rob, cause y'all, yeah, it makes sense. You know what I'm talking about?
They can give me or can offer me that would sell myself out. I cannot. This is a guy's move, and I cannot be bought, and I will not. Yo, I know that me getting on live and saying this would
That's the gay version of T Night. This the gangster one.
You feel me? Cause one thing about battle rap, what a lot of these people don't realize, these niggas actually write these bars out here, bro. You know, don't come out here with this whole 3-round performance. I was missing, but I'm back. Hold on, pause. Now I'm back. You niggas don't come out here with these motherfucking 3 rounds of peace.
You can look at both of their lips. I done did my research. These lips came back. Look, check this out. If you look at these, they call French Buddha nibblers. I was like, what's the name of these lips? You know what I'm saying? I looked at the lips because, you know, when you doing DNA, they tell you, yeah, your nose come from Africa and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And, you know, if you got, you know, this kind of hair right here, you know what I'm saying? He put a Jerry curl in this shit. So I was like, well, damn, if they come from this part of the world, you know, what they breed with, because these ain't normal niggas. And then I looked at their lips. I'm like, damn. So I Googled the lips, and the lips said they French Buddha nibblers. So I went all the way back to Europe with this shit. And I was like, damn, no wonder. If you don't believe me, just go back to Tiffany Draper. When you go back to those goddamn lips and shit, wait a minute. What Tiffany Draper at? Damn, look, she just look just like these folks, bro.
Jeopardize my safety.
Ain't dropped damn turtle. What you rub?
I know it will.
Breath smell like booty.
But I can't run, and I can't waver, and I can't faint. I'm going to stand firm on the promises of God. But they have reached out to me, and they want me to put my focus elsewhere. I can't. I cannot, and I will not. By all means, I will be the voice for my people, and I promise you all, I will not sell out for anything. I will not sell you guys out for nothing.
I see what he doing. He trying to shake them la-las. That's the only thing he trying to do. Watch how he trying to shake them, John.
I will stand with you guys till the end, and I will put my life on the forefront.
Told you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want no nigga like that around me and shit. If you that goddamn soft, I could just imagine, goddamn it, shit. When it's time to get our lick back, we got to hear this shit in the car before we kill somebody. Like, and you talking like this in the back seat before we go on the mission. I die for you.
To be this voice for you guys, and I will not stop. I will continue to fight, and I won't be ran away. I won't.
Get your ass out the car. Now that's how you finna get killed, cause everybody finna avoid the mission, and now we finna take your ass straight to the goddamn scrap yard. I don't want to be hanging with no nigga like this, cause you'll never know what that nigga might tell you when both of y'all alone. Remember when I told you, man, you know, I'll be on the front line for you? Like, yeah, man, I really appreciate this shit. Yeah, but do you know what I mean when I said that shit? Like, yeah, what you mean, like? And get close to you and shit, you know, and coughing. And get close and be talking about, man, look, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think you got some nice cheeks on you. You be like, man, what the fuck going on here? Now it's gonna be a killing for real. And he'll willing to die cause he'll look like he look like he can fight. It look like you put up a fight, he might know some jiu-jitsu moves, choke your ass out unconscious. Your ass unconscious, right? You know what I'm saying? That's when he finna do a little signature move, crawl on your back and shit. Get on your back and shit and grease your goddamn cheeks up. Next thing you know, you having weird ass dream. Like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm talking about? It's him. Yeah, all of them, bro. You could tell they mindset. Look at their mindset. they security guards, and worked at the hotel, bruh. And they had to cover it up. So the whole motto of this story is Miss Teresa and them had that footage, bruh. And they was the one released the footage before the news had it. Oh, come on. Man, let me get started, y'all. Y'all give me 1 second, cause I'm just finna have fun with these suckers. Let me switch my whole goddamn content up. Y'all give me 1 goddamn second. Cause I feel like cracking some jokes and stuff and fire these boys' ass up. Cause I always was wondering, like, damn, man, you got too many niggas at the party with these little boys. What's really going on? You know what I mean? What's really going on? And then these some young boys, then I'm looking at it like this happening. They got, I'm like, every nigga that was at that party, they got that jail mentality, cause you know they been in jail doing some hard time. So you know, if you see little boys like Lil Puck and them, you know, you could easily punk them like, come here, little boy. Be like, please don't take my booty, you know what I'm saying? And cause then the little boy know not to be on that block, but he still keep walking his ass down there, cause he wanted to get gang bang. He like that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He see Hollywood and them on the block, like, yeah, I'm gonna go walk to this block and I'm gonna play. That's how them boys get you. They come walking down their block like they just so scared and so shy. It get to a point you got to notice them, like, look at that little boy over there, you know what I'm saying? But it's all a setup. It's all a setup for you to acknowledge him and you, so you confront him like, get your gay ass around there. So he gonna slick and talk to you, be like, why you doing me like this? I got the best booty in the world. And then once he say he got the best booty in the world, and then he thinking about it like, come in the alley and tell me that shit. And this thing, you know, you think they finna go in the alley and fight? Nah, he finna go in there and listen to all of what you say to me? I'm just saying, man, you know, I just got the best booty in the world type shit. You know what I'm saying? And he looking at him, and he looking at his cheeks and shit, then looking around his shoulders and make sure ain't nobody listen to that conversation. And he say that shit again? He be like, man, I got the best booty in the world. And he gonna play hard and gangster, like, you talking this shit to me? You know what I'm saying? He be like, nah, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mean no harm, sir, and all this. And that's when the gangster really finna be like, yeah, he ain't never been called sir before. He ain't never had a female with like, I got the best booty in the world. But he heard it from a boy first. And you want to know why a nigga coming home be like, hey, boo, let's try something new tonight. Like, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I want you to grease my cheeks up tonight. Like, this is our little secret and shit, because I know you thinking I'm cheating on you and everything, so I just want you to just do what you do with me. You know what I'm talking about? And this thing, you know, you like, oh, shit, my man opening up to us, you know what I'm talking about? And this thing, you know, that boy done turned him out. He done turned him on so much that he flew back to the house to come wait till you be like, yeah, baby, you want to do it tonight? And like, not tonight. Then he pulled out a whole bunch of baby oil and some butt plugs. And then you ain't thinking about it. You ain't thinking about it like that. You like, oh, okay, we just finna enhance our sex relationship because our relationship is kind of rocky. And that's when he running that game on you, because he got you thinking the relationship rocky and it's on the verge of breaking up, but now it's on the verge of I'm a therapist, y'all. Y'all ain't know I was a therapist. Cause look, this what I ain't want to tell nobody. Look, I went to therapy school and I got my license and stuff. I got an office and everything. I talk to couples all the time that's on the DL. But you know how many gangsters they come in there, you know what I'm saying, with their little wives and they let their secret be known. Cause the wife would tell me, like, this how it go. Hello, welcome to the Trey Gang offices, right? You know what I'm saying? What's your name? Yeah, we the Williams family, all right? What's how can I help y'all? You know, my husband, you know what I'm saying, our relationship at 6, it ain't sparking no more, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no more spice in the 6 no more. I'm like, what's going on? You know, I be tired. I go to work all the time, but my husband, he be coming in there, be like, baby, you eat my booty tonight? And I'm like, not tonight. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just a constant battle for me. Cause you know, I be tired. I can't eat booty every night. You know what I'm talking about? And then he sitting up there with like, well, she is, you know. I be listening to these couple conversations. They were telling me, I'm like, man, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm talking about? I like, damn, I see what the gang he running. He been fucking with a little boy. Cause I told her, I was like, look. I was like, when y'all get engaged in that, do he really like it? She was like, yeah. I was like, do he moan with it? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, do he enjoy it? You know what I'm saying? When you do these things, like, yes. I'm like, yeah, it's a boy been back there. You know what I'm talking about? You might want to get you a dog, and when that nigga come home, let that dog sniff his ass. If that motherfucker bark at that nigga cheeks, that mean that nigga been somewhere. See, this one thing I learned about to come to school, cause when y'all told me, Trey Gang, why don't you go to Harvard and shit and get your goddamn criminal degree? Cause you'll make a good detective. And when I looked in there and I went, you know what I'm saying, they were like, yeah, Trey Gang, this the K9 unit, the drug sniffing dog. But you know they got butt sniffing ass dogs too, though. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they got dogs and they'll let you know, like, yeah, it been a forced entries in this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? I can smell shit all over this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? A dog gonna smell it, cause that's when the scent gonna be like, damn, it's loud. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Man, my head hurt like a motherfucker. Y'all got my head hurt like a motherfucker. I'm reading the chat, goddammit. Y'all be saying some crazy shit. I know that much. But I'm just letting y'all know. That's what I do on the sides. I'm a psychic. You know what I'm saying? I'm a psychic, and I also, you know what I'm saying, I'm a therapist. I've been doing this shit for about 8 years now. You know what I'm saying? If you got any kind of problems with your relationships, you know, I can guide you and give you the best advice in the world. So if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, and better yourself, call that 1-800 tell Trey Gang off. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm the real deal. Hello, y'all. Hello, y'all. Wait a minute. Yeah, hello, y'all. I gotta check the email right quick. All right, I'm back. I had to check my email. Somebody hit me in my email. But look. I need to get her.
Peace. Off the top of their motherfucking head, bro. Feel me? I know this for a fact.
See, look at him. See, look at him. He on the footage. That man on the footage, and he reside in Florida, especially Miami. And guess who related to him? Butt Packs. Watch this. If you look what he look like, look what Butt Packs look like. Man, this shit finna be the craziest shit. Hold up.
My name is Larry Rice. I'm a member of Rice Law, and when I'm standing in court,
If y'all watch the Los Obey, I mean, this video here is dated September the 11th at 9:08 p.m. of 2017. So this is the Monday.
It sounds like to me, goddammit, these boys running this family. Cause I'm pointing out all these niggas that be trying to play hard, related, and they all gay.
After they find Kenneka.
I see some people joining already. So what do you do? Let me know y'all talk to me. Let me know something good. Let me know something good. I'm looking for you. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Boy, don't they? Come on, man. Shit. If you want to get more crazy with it, let's do it like this. See this shit?
Don't use the term or the phrase sipping some tea. Do not use that term, sip tea, unless you a man finna become a woman, or you confused, or whatever the fuck. But you get my drift.
Whatever, nigga. On the man. But look, I just want to show y'all that, cause this the way that y'all could be broken in, bro. Cause look, once you figure out this, man, once you go back to the footage, I'm showing y'all, they go to movie the people. It's up to y'all to watch that footage and see who all on that junk, cause that's the important part about it. And then you'll see why Miss Teresa created an alibi and claimed she wasn't at that hotel. In reality, she was. And she actually was. Once you could just read a police statement and say, well, when Miss Teresa made this police statement, you'll be like, damn, Miss Teresa, so why would you make a police statement at this particular time if you said you didn't have nothing to do with your daughter's death and you supposed to be still searching for her? You know? But yeah, Trey ain't be back. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe.